goes to reach for her arm to pick her up, and he touches her bare skin, chat. And he's like, "Gah!" And she's like, "Oh!" It's like, oh god, that's not good. And he's like, ugh, and he like kind of gets up. He's like, "Nah, nah," and he just falls down. He hits his head on the fucking bar, on the bar, cracks his skull open and starts bleeding everywhere. And it's like, oh no, oh no. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content on my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games, I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video. Do a lot of great stuff. But now, my friends, we're gonna go ahead. Yeah, they have a hell of a. Now they're not doing anything. Apparently, they're like an assist studio and stuff now. Yeah, pretty incredible. But now, guys, we gotta move back to the tunes because I'm gonna be doing X-Men Evolution shot, not Evolution. Chat, we're not doing evolution. We're not evolving Eevee. You see any Vaporeons or Voltions or Flareons? Heaven forbid Leafeons. No, you don't. No, you don't see that, chat. It's evolution, chat. And we're viewing episode 3, Rogue Agent, chat. That's the one that we're doing right now, chat. And we start with a good old fashioned cold opening, chat. Good old fashioned cold opening. And we cut, chat. We cut to Mississippi. We cut to the oh no. No, even before that, we cut actually to the X-Mansion, chat. We're not even there yet. Let me hold my goddamn horses. Hold my horses, chat. We cut to the X-Mansion, chat. That's where we're fucking cutting to, all right? And we see Wolverine. He's inside the air ducts, chat. He's fucking sniffing, and he's, moving around stuff. It's like Die Hard. Imagine Die Hard with Wolverine. That'd be fucking badass, chat. That'd be goddamn incredible. And he's moving inside these air ducts, chat, and he hops down, but little does he know, chat, that a storm is brewing, and Storm's just standing directly behind him, and this is where we get all the puns. All the puns are just thrown in our face. And now, Wolverine, you shall know why they call me Storm. And we just instantly goes, they just reverse the shot. It's so hilarious. So to save money in this sequence, chat, they just simply reverse the shot, and he jumps back up into the air duct and like puts it back in there and continues crawling. And she goes, "Hey!" And then she's like, "Fuck you, Wolverine. I'm going to bring the winds of nature." And she creates a tornado outside, and she starts to suffocate him inside the air ducts until he breaks out, and he ends up inside the danger room, chat. And then Storm is like, well, you know what? And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. She's like, Wolverine. He goes, "What's up, bub girl?" And he goes, "You know what happens to Wolverine when it's struck by lightning?" "What?" "The same thing happens to everything else!" And she unleashed laser cannon shit. Well, that's not lightning, that's lasers. And they start shooting at Wolverine. They start blasting him and shit. He's like, "Blah, blah." And this is the first time we actually see him use his claws shit, where he's not opening a bottle of water. And he's stabbing the shit out of all this stuff. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. He's doing it, but right before he's about to stab the shit out of the other fucking machine, Charles is like, all right, stop. Stop breaking everything. For the love of God, stop breaking everything. This is just an exercise for the students. Okay, this is just an exercise for the students. Stop doing this. He's like, all right, unsnicked. And then Kitty, who's now Shadowcatcher, in the last episode, she's joined the X-Men, and she's like, because Jean Grey's there, Scott's there, a Nightcrawler there, Kurt the Wagner's there. And Kitty's like, okay, is this, now, are you guys just not, like, weirded out by this right now? I mean, I know you've been here for a little while, but this is weird. I mean, we're fucking teenagers, and we're being trained how to fight. And Charles Xavier's like, "Kitty, you must learn how to fight now that you are an X-Man." She's like, "I joined your school to control my powers, not to be involved in combat. I don't do combat, all right?" And Kurt's like, "Don't worry, Kitty, we'll teach you." And Kurt is thirsting after Kitty throughout this entire episode. I don't know if they have a romance later on in the series, I forget, but he's constantly hounding her. And she's like, "Dude, you need to back the fuck off." She doesn't like him, Chad. You can tell she's grossed out by him. She's like, "Take your blue furry ass." away from me. She's like, I'm going to bed. But then Gene's like, oh, he's like, what's the matter, Gene? She's like, that mutant. I think there's something going on right now. And he's like, oh yes, that rogue agent. Then we cut to Louisiana, chat. We cut Mississippi, chat. Where there's a fucking party going down. It's like prom night or something. They're having on this barge and near this dock. And we see these, and then we get the introduction, chat, of Goth Rogue. Rogue, in many forms, she's always been a cutie patootie. Her original version, chat, she was very much a Southern belle bombshell. You know, thick, tall, all that, curvy. In the original X-Men animated series, chat, there is a scene. Type in X-Men Rogue's butt. And you'll be like, there it is. That's the first thing that's going to come up, because when she's fighting Apocalypse, you type in X-Men Apocalypse Rogue. And like, yep, there it is. It's like, these guys were fucking horny making this show, because like they made her ass just so big. And I'm like, all right, ain't more power to you. But then we get a new version of Rogue, which is Southern Goth Rogue. And a lot of people love this version, chat. She's a cutie patootie. The voice actress absolutely kills it in this episode. Very good. And she's very forlorn. I mean, she's got the whole makeup on. She's got like this green shirt on. And got the little black kind of like bra underneath. Like, oh my God. I can see why cartoon crushes. I can totally understand it. Especially for a character like this when you're young. And she's just looking forlorn, forlorn out of the dock, chat, watching the ad, like the gators and the bot flies and all that good stuff. And the little fireflies dancing in the moonlight. And we see these two football players just staring at her ass, chat. And they're like, this one guy's like, good, Ryan, because the one guy's name's Ryan. He's like, Cody, there's your chance. You've been looking at that girl's ass all week. Just fucking go over and talk. Like, actually, you know what? Even though they're staring at her, but like, hey, man, just go over there and talk to her. Just ask her to dance. Just, just fucking engage, man. I don't want to be a creep and just stare at her ass all day. Come on, I feel kind of bad about myself. She's not a piece of me. It's like, all right, treating this woman with respect. I like that. And Cody's like, do you even know? Because Ryan's asking him, like, do you even know her name, Cody? He's like, I don't know. He's like, come on, oh, dude, we got to go over here. He grabs his friend. He's like, dude, no. And he's like, excuse me, miss. And she's like, what do you gentlemen want? And they're like, he's like, oh. And he's like, my friend just wanted to talk to you. And Cody's like, hi. Oh, God, you're pretty. And she goes, you wanted to say something to Miss Suge? And she said, Suge, chat. She said sugar. And he's like, yeah, I just want, it's dance. And I want to know if you wanted to dance with me. And she goes, well, one little dance is just all right with me. And then they go and say, he's like, yeah, Ryan's like, you got this, man. You fucking got this. And they go in there, chat, and they start fucking dancing. Ace Rock, welcome to the stream. We're at the dance scene, X-Men Evolution. And they're moving and grooving. But Ryan's like, oh, come on, man. You got to get closer. I mean, you come on. Let's get things going. Come on, man. He pushes Cody, who knocks Rogue over, and she falls down, hits the back of her head. She's like, ow. And Cody's like, oh my God, Ryan, you asshole. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. And he goes to reach for her arm to pick her up, and he touches her bare skin, chat. And he's like, and she's like, oh. It's like, oh God, that's not good. And he's like, and he like kind of gets up. He's like, nah, and he just falls down. He hits his head on the fucking bar, on the bar, cracks his skull open and starts bleeding everywhere. And it's like, oh no. And then she's like, I'm Cody now. She's like, she thinks she's Cody, because she doesn't, just the first time her powers have activated. And then, chat, we cut to her mom, who is blind but can see the future. And she's like, oh, shit, no, it's happening. Oh, God, oh, no. And then I gotta contact my girl. And so she gets on the phone. She's like, oh, it's happened. I need you down here right now. We can't have these people come after her. The last thing we need is the X-Men to interfere. It's like, oh, shit, what's going on? And the person's on the other line. She's like, I agree. I'll be there soon. And she puts the phone down, and it's fucking Mystique. chat. She's coming down there, and the fucking blind mom lady, she's working for Mystique. And then meanwhile, we cut back to the Mississippi, you know, good old, you know, hoedown party, chat, where Cody's he's bleeding out right now, chat. He's really derpy. And so, and fucking Ryan's like, what the fuck you do, bitch? What did you do to him? She's like, leave me alone. And she just fucking like a linebacker, chat, because Cody's like the all-star football kid, and she just fucking goes right through him. He's like, whoa. And he's like, whoa, I never seen moves like that except from Cody. And she's like, oh. And this whole idea, like, I forgot about this with Rogue, chat. I totally forgot. I guess it's in the movies and stuff, but when she touches you, she doesn't only absorb your powers, she absorbs your memories, you know, and it's cool here because she forgets who she is when she does it. I guess she controls it later on in the series, but when she touches, she thinks she's Cody. And she's like, where's my penis? It's like she's totally confused at this point. She can't believe it. Meanwhile, you know, Parademics are called and all that shit. And we cut to the airport where the blind lady is. You know, Raven's mom is, or not, excuse me, not Raven's mom. Rogue's mom, and she's waiting there for Mystique. They get into a fucking limo, and Mystique's pissed because she's like, I fucking told you to take care of this girl, okay? She can be useful in the war to come. And she's like, listen, she's a fucking teenage girl. I can't keep her. I've watched her for 5 years, all right? She's going to want to go outside. You know, she's going to want to hang out with other people. No matter what I'm going to tell her, she's going to rebel eventually. Okay, we can't keep her isolated like this. It's not even healthy. Mystique's like, all right, fair enough. And even Mystique's like, capitulates. She's like, okay, yeah, because she went through the same thing. She's like, I agree with that. It's just, now is the worst time. I'm trying to put together a fucking supervillain team. The X-Men have a bunch of I have a Toad Boy. I have a Toad Boy, and I have a man who creates earthquakes that goes like that. And that's all I got. That's all I got. My boss is not happy about it. She's would be a really good get. And, you know, I'm a little stressed. He's like, I get it. I'm sorry. You can see the future. What do you see? She's like, fucking X-Men are coming. She's like, fuck. Well, she goes, you know, we can use their revenge. We'll make sure she'll never want to see another X-Men again. We'll fucking work this. And where do you think she's going? Well, she absorbed that boy's memories, you know, and she's like, well, obviously she's going to go to that home because she thinks that's the boy. And like, oh, shit. Eventually, we cut to the X-Men, and Xavier, he's like, okay, I got to track her. She's losing her fucking mind. She's like running through the streets like, she's like a football player. Just, she's like bashing the people, chat. She's like stomping on cars because football players, they have super strength, obviously. She's like, she's flipping cars and shit. And she continues to run. She just fucking hitting people and breaking their collarbones. Like their collarbones just go right inside of him, chat. Meanwhile, Cody, he's fine. He's a little derpy now, chat. But he's at the hospital. His parents are there. And Professor Xavier, he also realizes, like, she's going home, or what she thinks is home, chat. And we then come back to Rogue, who, this is really cool, where she goes to the door. She can't open it, like to Cody's residence. But she remembers that they always keep a key on the roof. And she goes, like, this little place, this little, under this shingle in the roof. She takes it, and she goes, oh, shit. And she opens it, and she walks inside, and she goes to the room, and she's looking at all the trophies and shit, and she sits down. She's, like, looking, and she's like, where's my penis? And she's like, wait a minute. Who am I? Who's Cody? Am I Cody? Football? I like football. And she's like, no, I don't look like him, though. That's not what I look like. And she just hits. It's like, it's interesting. And she just starts hitting all this shit, all breaking all of his trophies, which is kind of shitty. And then all of a sudden, fucking, you know, the door to the front, like the front door of the house just gets kicked in, chat. It's like, oh shit, what's going on? What's going on? And we see this person just is walking up, and they go, and it's fucking Wolverine, and he's like, how you doing, bitch? And she's like, who are you? He's like, I'm Wolverine. I'm a member of the titular X-Men, and I'm here to kill you. And she's like, leave me alone. And she fucking throws a chair at him, and it hits him. He's like, ow. And she runs out. But then, chat, we see that's not Wolverine, because then she's like, oh, the process is working, because then it's Mystique, and she becomes Storm. And we cut to Rogue, and she's like, and she's in the backyard, and she like flings herself over, about to fling herself over the fence, and then she does the fucking Storm pun. How about a little lightning? And she throws like a firecracker, and it goes ba-boom, and she's like, oh, and Rogue falls into the fucking trash in the back. It's like, this is the King of the Hill set. She falls in the fucking Boomhauer. Hey, what are you doing there? Going to get and she's running. She wants, get out of my way, Boomhauer. She absorbs the Boomhauer powers, chat, and she starts speaking in tongues and shit, and she keeps going. She keeps running, chat. But then eventually, who does she fucking run into? Because you know, we have Logan, and we have Kitty, and we have Kurt. They're in a little team together, and they're walking down the alleyway, and all of a sudden, she fucking runs right into Wolverine. He's like, "Oh, what are you running off to, girl? We were looking for you." Okay, she's like, "Get away from me! I hate you!" And he's like, "I didn't do anything." And then she just fucking runs away, and Kurt's like, "Oh shit!" And Kitty's like, "She's obviously scared of you, and I can tell why with that outfit." He's like, "Shut your fucking mouth. This outfit's cool." And Kurt's like, "Logan, listen. Clearly, we need a little bit of a lighter touch here. You clearly scare her. Let's do it my way." His whole thing, like, let's just talk. Try to talk to her, not run after her. He's like, "Yeah, fine." And like, creepy, like, "You should put on your best face, elf." And he's like, "Oh shit, okay." And he turns on his, because he has a little like cloaking device that makes him look human. And he turns that on, and eventually, him and Kitty, they come across Rogue. And they're like, oh no, not Kitty. Kitty's behind him because Nightcrawler's teleporting over the place, and Rogue's like hiding in an alleyway. And Kurt comes up to her and he goes, "Hey, listen, I know you're really confused right now, but it's okay. I just want to talk to you." And she goes, "Who are you?" She goes, "Listen, I have powers like you, and I know what it's like to be really afraid." This is a good moment for Kurt. Where he's like, "I know what you're feeling. I know what it's like to be afraid like this, when you feel like you don't have anybody. But I just want you to know that I can help you. We can help you. I just want to take you to a really safe place. We can just talk. We can just sit down and talk. I want to introduce you to my friends, and that's all we can do right now. That's fine, and that's all I want to do." And she's like, "Well, if you promise no one's going to hurt me." She's like, "I promise no one's going to hurt you. We're just going to go ahead and sit down. It'll be fine. You can leave whenever you want. You can totally do that, all right? You want just trust me." And he puts his hand out to her, and she takes it. And then Kitty's like, "Oh, there's the bitch." And she fucking attacks her. It's like, why'd you do that? And the thing is, she attacks her. And Rogue is like, "Oh," and she grabs Kitty, and like Rogue is like, "Get off of me!" But she becomes the translucent chat, so she can't like get a good grip on her, goes through her. But then this causes Kurt to fucking when Kitty falls into Kurt, hits his little decloaking device, his cloaking device, turns it off, and he becomes the blue elf thing. He becomes Nightcrawler, and Rogue's like, "Oh my god, a monster!" And Kurt's like, "Ah, come on!" And he's like, "Let me help you." And she grabs him. He's like, "No!" And she absorbs his Nightcrawlerness, chat. And then she's like, "I don't know what to do," and she just instantly teleports. And he fucking faints. And Kitty's like, "Oh shit." And she's like, Kurt, wake up. Wake up. She just starts slapping him and shit. Eventually, Kitty's like, "Oh my god, what am I gonna do? Oh, I could contact Xavier. I'm just gonna have to think really hard. Gotta think really, really hard." Meanwhile, we cut to the X-Men. And, Logan shows up. He's like, "Listen, Kurt said he wanted to take point. I'm going to give the kid the opportunity to do that and calm her down, not doing the typical Logan Wolverine approach." And, Charles is like, "Oh, that's quite good of Kurt to do that. Everyone, let's just take a breather." And then you hear Kitty going, "Professor X!" He's like, "Oh, Jesus, bitch. Not so loud in my head." And he's like, "I'm sorry, Professor, I'm sorry." But fucking the rogue mutant touch Kurt, and he's like dead. And Charles is like, "He ain't fucking dead. He's just really derpy now. That's okay. Listen, all right, this ain't good." And Logan's like, I told you he'd fuck it up." He's like, "Logan, not now. All right, we got to go after her. She's clearly something's up with her." And Logan's like, "She was scared of me for some reason." And he's like, "Why would she be scared of you? She never met you before." And he goes, Mystique's here, I bet." And they're like, "Logan, can you smell her?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, I can smell that stinky bitch anywhere." And they're like, "God damn it. Okay, we have an evil brotherhood mutant among us. All right, well, you guys fan out. We'll get a hold of her soon." Eventually, we cut this really cool sequence where Rogue's in a graveyard, chat, in a cemetery, and she's constantly teleporting, and she starts speaking German randomly. She's like, "Why do I know German?" And she keeps like saying German words constantly. And she's teleporting like all over the place. She's actually having fun with the ability. She actually like teleports too much, and she ends up like a mile above up in the air. She's like, "Oh shit!" And she falls. But she teleports the last second and lands like comfortably, and she's good. But then, chat, fucking Jean Grey comes over. She's like, hey, how you doing?" She's like, "Who are you?" She's like, "Hey, my name is Jean Grey. You may have met some of my friends. Sorry if they scared you a little bit. I'm a teacher Or kind of like an intern, technically. I'm an intern at this school, and we help people like you who have powers. And I just want to talk to you. Here's my card. It's Jean Grey. That's, it's a Jean with a J and Gray with a G. If you want to reach me, the phone number's right there. Just call me up. I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to leave you alone. You make your own decisions. Okay? Sound good? Sound good? Okay, I'll be back in a bit. And she's like, okay. And then when she leaves, fucking, Mystique sees this. Like, I know what I'm going to do. And she turns into fucking Scott Summers as Cyclops. And then she's like, oh, maybe I should call her. And Mystique Cyclops is like, you! And she's like, oh! And she hides inside of a mausoleum. It's like, you can't hide from me. I'll chase you to the ends of the earth. Which I think is a Spider-Man animated series reference, chat. And he starts knocking over all these dead bodies that got like coffins inside the mausoleum. And she's like, ah! And shit. And then, and she also transforms into Jean Grey. It's like, we told you, we gave you one chance. And she's like, no. And she runs outside the mausoleum, where she bumps into Scott and knocks Scott over, Chad. He hits his fucking head in a rock, shoots the laser beams into the electrical grid of the entire fucking Mississippi Tri-County area, takes that offline. It's like, oh, great. I'm sure all the fucking Mississippians are going to love it, Chad. And so at this point, like, this is not going well. It's not going well. They show up. Storm's there, and fucking Rogue freaks out when she sees Storm, because Storm tried to blow up with a firecracker earlier, Chaff, Mystique Storm, and she accidentally grabs onto Storm. It's like, you gotta calm your ass down, and then just like, or Storm tries to grab to her, but it's too late, because then she absorbs Storm's ability, Chaff, and then she just starts breeding this fucking giant, ecological disaster surrounding Mississippi, Chaff. She starts creating this, shooting lightning bolts, hitting people. It's like, oh my god, we gotta knock her out. And so Logan's like, throw me. And they fucking throw him, and he goes, bah, and he just hits her. He hits her out of the air. No, she just wears herself out, Chad. She simply wears herself out, and she falls back to Earth. Kurt eventually comes to, and he's like, oh shit, I gotta teleport. And he grabs her, Chad, teleports to the ground. She just fucking, she runs away. She's like, I don't want to deal with any of you. I'm sick of you shit. And they're like, all right, let her go. At this point, she's not going to trust us. And then Kitty's happy that Kurt's okay. She's like, oh, I'm glad you, and then we get like a really funny, I'm glad you're furry blue elf bastard. And then we cut to Scott, who mouths furry blue elf. Like, to the audience. It's very weird. And I was like, okay. And then after that, the old X-Men are like, well, shit, that was a mission failure. And Charles is like, listen, okay, I've been through this situation many times before. It's never gets any easier. There are going to be times when we fail to reach these students, especially when we have people who don't have their best interests at heart. We can simply try again when the time is better, because time does have an effect on healing wounds. Logan, isn't that right? Alcohol does, Charles. And he goes, I know, Logan. But we'll try again next time. But then, we cut to Vice Principal Mystique, who's actually Miss Ravencroft in disguise, at the school right next to the Charles Xavier Institute of Gifted Youngsters. And she is like, well, I just want you to know, Anne-Marie, that you're in a very safe place. You can come to me for anything. And she goes, oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. And she leaves, Chet. She leaves. And then she transforms into Mystique, and he's like, she will be great for the wars to come. And then, Chet, all the metal on her desk starts moving. And who comes out of the shadows like Batman? Yes, chat, Magneto. Magneto's there. And she's like, she will make an excellent soldier, and we shall defeat the X-Men and enslave the human populace and rule the world. And that, my friends, is X-Men Evolution, Episode 3, Rogue-Agent. There you go. There it is. I hope you enjoyed the review.